the infamous 59, El Diablo Rojo or Roja. They so it started out as a build. There's supposed to be a build off between me and Jesse from Texas for the dedicated or not dedicated show, excuse me, the Texas show Plastic Society back in October, and so it started literally a year ago. We're like, hey, we want to do a build off between the two of us, and we want to pick the similar kit, and we agreed on the 59. And you know how it goes. You say it a year in advance, and then 4 months, 3 months before the show, you're like, damn, I got to get started on that. And it just kind of was one of those things. I'm like, okay, I gotta get moving. So I think I started towards the end of July this year, and I've always liked the El Caminos, especially like the 59s, the 60s, but trying to find a 60 that's not a old, promo kit or something that you got to do a lot of work to is hard. So I decided on the 59 from AMT, and it was one of those things. It's like you gotta, like we talked about earlier, you gotta find a way to kind of enhance it and elevate the build. So first thing I did was literally scrap the entire chassis from under it and put a Revell 59 Impala chassis under it. Give it the full suspension detail. You can more separate parts that you can paint and detail. So I was able to chrome a lot of stuff and do a lot more detailing than I would have if it was the AMT chassis. Which there was, contrary to what people think, because it's a 59 and a 59, they don't just, go together. There was a lot of cutting and splicing and, shaving stuff to get it to fit. But surprisingly enough, the Revell 59 chassis fits very well underneath that kit, without really a whole lot of modification to the actual length or the width of it, so to speak. And it just kind of snowballed into that. Obviously, I wanted to do a lowrider version of it, and it was kind of a no-brainer because I went to Gavin lowrider model car parts for a lot of his stuff, the batteries, the whammy setup in the back, the wheels, and then like the cooler in the photo that you see there, that's collaboration Detail Junkies parts, and a lot of other little things. The battery terminals were 3D printed by a buddy of mine out here in St. Louis, and it just kind of all fell in place. The color scheme was one of those things that took me one of the longest things to figure out, because it's a two-tone car. It's got to be a two-tone car, in my opinion. If it's a 59, it's got to be a two-tone. And I was like, well, I want to do another red car. I haven't done a red car for a while, and I was looking at a lot of paints, a lot of colors. Couldn't find nothing I liked, and finally ended up settling on the color you see on that's Candy Merlot from Tropical Glitz, and over a gold base. And then it was kind of a back and forth. I collaborated with Al Camacho on it quite a bit, because I was stumped. I'm like, I don't know what other color to do with this, man. I wanted to do like a metallic gray at first. Did a couple test shots, and it didn't quite look right. So I just eventually, I don't like doing solid black paint jobs. Usually don't have a whole lot of luck with them. Plus they're, they show everything. So it kind of, I don't know, it just kind of fell into place where I was like, you know what, I got to do black on it, black roof, black fins. And it just kind of fits with the overall theme of the car. And it just, luckily, I mean, it came out really nice. It polished out really good. And then one of the other twist aspects of this build, so, a lot of lowriders, they'd either stick with the stock motor that comes in a kit. So like that, a 383 or something like that. I changed it up and I went with a straight 6. just to throw everybody a curveball. I gotta thank Al for that idea too, because I was stumped on the motor. I was like, man, I don't know. I could do a LS. I could do, another like a 383 or 454, and you kind of like, well, why not do a straight 6? And yeah, it surprisingly it fit really well. It needed a little bit of modification to stuff. I had to make new motor mounts and everything, but it fits in there really well, and it just kind of gives it a different overall vibe, But and then the usual stuff too, like on the interior, it's got detail junkies parts like the switches and everything, and photo etch seat belts and steering wheel. Just it all came together in the end. I did debut it at the Plastic Society show in Texas back in October, and where it did end up taking best of show out there, which I was surprised, honestly. There's a lot of talented people out there and a lot of fantastic builds. It's plus it was a little nerve-wracking because I finished that the night before the show at my parents' house in Texas.
Dang. That's dope, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's it was cool, man. It was it's awesome when all the hard work that you do, it pays off, in the end and stuff. And the funny thing is all those photos that you're showing right now, those are all my parents' countertop at their house in Texas. I didn't have a photo backdrop to like I do here to take studio shots, so the countertop was the next best thing.
Hey, it works. It looks clean. It definitely makes the model stand out and pop. That looks really good right there.
Thanks,
man.
bro. I appreciate that. There's a reason I call it the Red Devil. Trust me. All the headache it gave me, but it was worth it in the end. And I love the one, from Atlanta. It got a lot of looks down there too, but the photo you took of it in Atlanta with the way the lighting and just the way it looks, bro, that's one of my favorite photos of that car.